7:54, phrases like ballpark figure, slam dunk, Hail Mary, pass the baton, the ball's in your court. I mean, we hear these things all the time. Well, they really are rooted to the world of sports. They come out of sports and go right into the mainstream. And now there is this, which is actually called a compendium. It is the field guide to sports metaphors written by author Josh Chetwynd, and he's here to talk about your book. So first tell me, I mean, obviously we hear these phrases all the time. Running down the roots and all, was that what got you started?
Yeah, you know, these type of phrases are ones that everyone uses every day. And we often roll our eyes, right, at the office when someone's saying, hell, let's get our game face on and things of that nature.
Cliches.
Exactly, they are often cliches. And I wanted to get underneath it and sort of prove that a lot of these have interesting backgrounds and you can use them all the time and use them in a more interesting fashion.
Well, the book's very fun. It breaks it down by sport, from boxing to horse racing on to baseball, football, basketball. Are there some that you found most interesting to dig deep and find the root?
Yeah, the ones that surprise you that they started in sports are the ones that are always the most interesting for me. So a word like fluke doesn't seem like it has a sports background, but came from billiards. And it was an Old English word that meant guess. And in early days of billiards, the balls were made of ivory, and the balls would often get warped. And as a result, they would roll really in ways that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
And so they needed to come up with a word to express that, and that's why fluke became part of the English language.
Fluke is in there. Now, you had an interesting part of your career as a baseball player, playing collegiately and then professionally. But you worked as a broadcaster trying to explain American baseball to audiences overseas, working for the BBC. I imagine that helps you as well, understanding phrases and what you can and can't say that people get.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things that surprised me. I did work for the BBC, so for a British audience. And when I was looking at some of these phrases, I saw David Cameron, who's the Prime Minister for Great Britain, using step up to the plate. And as someone who lived in England and talked about baseball, trust me, people don't talk about baseball on the street all that often. And when you see the Prime Minister easily using an American baseball idiom, you know that these things are worldwide.
And it continues now. Obviously, a baseball, well, sports in general, a big part of social media, and we start to now condense these down to what hashtags are going to be the next book?
Yeah, exactly.
Sports hashtags.
Just hashtag compendium, right?
Well, it is the Field Guide to Sports Metaphors by Josh Chetwynd, who lives here now in the metro area, a compendium of competitive words and idioms. It's available now in bookstores, and it's a fun read. Josh, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Tom. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
All right, fun stuff.